Everyone knows that Cybertruck came out this last week, right?
Yeah, of course.
Everyone knows. Everyone knows. Everyone's talking about it.
Yeah.
And that is an art. The Cybertruck coming out, the way it came out, what he did, how he's preparing for Mars, how everything he's doing is preparing for Mars. The boring tunnel. Why would he need to solve traffic in LA? Yes, it's a great problem because he hates traffic in LA. But you know what is even better? Imagine you go to Mars and start digging holes to get resources and then send them back to Earth. Or you go to Mars to dig holes so that you can pressurize the tunnel, because it's so much easier than building a bubble that might burst on Mars with a big sandstorm, right? And then there's no air. So think about what Elon Musk is doing in a much bigger game. Stop thinking about, oh my God, the Cybertruck. It's like, no, he's finding ways to commercialize the metal for the Cybertruck that also is the metal he needs. All of a sudden, it's the same metal, the same type of thing that he needs for the rocket ship to Mars.
Yeah, and
right?
he also created this cool thing that, like, I thought was the nicest feature of the truck was the fact that it's its own skeleton, right? It's all one solid piece, which is like innovative and maybe got overlooked, I think, in a lot of reviews. But like, as much as he's funding it, that is something also that is going to be very useful on Mars and in his future projects is creating something not by assembling pieces, but creating this one more util piece.
Something that's simpler and simpler to build on another place. There's 1,001 reasons for why the truck looks that way.
Okay.
And people
have we answered though? Where are the side mirrors?
No, who cares? Nobody cares about that. That doesn't, because I think by the time he's saying that there might be laws that change that we don't need side mirrors.
Okay.
Because there's laws that are going to say that we might be able to do it with cameras. So I don't think we need side mirrors. And if he needs them, you can install them, and that's that. You know what I mean? Long story short, what I'm trying to say is that the type of person that Elon Musk is using your shock and awe short-term mind for his advantage for his long-term gain. And that's just it. He's a phenomenal headline maker. They spend $0.00 on marketing. Wild. That's what they say. They spend all their money on marketing in some ways. They bet it all on stunts. And the stunt of coming out with a car that shocks people, which, guess what? A Ford F-150 owner wasn't going to buy a fucking Tesla truck anyway because they were like, I'm too proud. I'm a Ford F-150 owner. And that's just the mentality. So he played to people who wouldn't have bought trucks who now will. And that's huge. Because I would consider it. I'll consider it. I wasn't in a shop for a truck. The only reason I am is maybe because I have a farm. But otherwise, most people my age, most people like me, most people who go to a job, don't need a truck, yet people might buy it because of the innovation, because of the statement, because the culture of millennials, because the culture of like, look at me, blah, blah, blah. He played all into that. But the pipeline that he's building and what he's building for Mars, what he's building for his long-term vision, his long-term game is brilliant. And everything to do with Tesla, including Solar City, including the innovations in solar panels, solar roofs. Why solar roofs? Because then you could ship them easy. And then you can assemble them back up there, right? Somewhere off this earth, right? The technology that he's building, that he's commercializing now is just finding ways of creating an economies of scale that take entrepreneurship to another level. Yeah. And I would call that world building level.